Yeah, so a year ago I was artist in residence at the Muziekgebouw, and that's a very special thing and a huge honour, because the Muziekgebouw is a stunning building and has supported our art form in a big way. It's kind of iconic in the city of Amsterdam and also in the Netherlands and also in the world. It's an international venue.
Yeah.
So when the Muziekgebouw approached me to be artist in residence, that was a dream come true. So my ensemble, Herz Ensemble, as a result of our residency, or as a result of my residency at the Muziekgebouw, I was also given sort of a platform in which to bring together my own group of musicians. And although the ensemble's been formed over the past 3 or 4 years, starting with a project, with a dance project with the Stolz trio called Herz. And this was a very successful project, and I loved working with the performers so much that I wanted to continue working with them even after the project with Stolz Quartet finished. And so in 2017 we were given the opportunity, a carte blanche opportunity at the Orgelpark to put together a program of pieces. So I wanted to do the Herz cycle with the same players, but then also bring in other players who played other pieces of mine. And somehow, because all of the players individually had commissioned me, that there was a sort of common aesthetic between us. So it worked really well in an organic sort of way. And even though not all of the performers had worked together before, they worked very well together.
Yeah.
And so for that concert in the Orgelpark, that was the first time that we really brought the Herz Ensemble together. And then having the residency at the Muziekgebouw allowed us to really sort of crystallize. And so over the past 18 months or so, it's really come together and formed like this band of superstars.
Yeah.
They're all amazing musicians. So continuing that, our most recent project is The Crow and Other Short Stories, and it's a cycle of pieces that kind of form a complete story, sort of like a story cycle. And I was very much inspired by mythology cycles, like the Celtic mythology cycle and also the Scandinavian mythology cycle, but also story cycles like Beowulf and the Canterbury Tales. That each chapter of these cycles is a story in itself, but they all form one great big huge story overall, and that all the characters are sort of related, and you get one story, and then with these characters, and then another story, those characters might be in the background and then other characters are in the foreground, and you get a completely different story, but through the different perspectives and different angles, then you really get to know what the real story is. Having put everything together and performed the cycle a few times, and everyone is really into it. All the musicians are their character.
Yeah.
It's an exhilarating experience. I guess like some of the themes in the piece as well, quite sort of poignant, but as in it's very much about the Crow and Other Short Stories. The Crow is kind of an archetype from the natural world that kind of exists in lots of different cultures, and as I mentioned, I'm very much interested in kind of inclusivity and diversity, and sort of we're all in it together. But also the Crow is this amazing character that's sort of a connection with the other world, to the ancestors, and through the natural world of nature and Mother Nature, that somehow we're channeling something which is bigger than any of us, which has to do with Mother Nature.
Cool.